Hello, how are you? My name is José Rey, and today we are going to talk about A Quiet Place Day 1, the third film in the A Quiet Place universe created by John Krasinski in 2018. A Quiet Place Day 1 is directed by Michael Sarnoski, whom you might not know since this is only his second film as a director. His first was Pig, a very good movie with Nicolas Cage that premiered in 2021, and we highly recommend watching it. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, A Quiet Place Day 1 is a spin-off, as it is a story that takes place in the same universe as the first two films, but has no direct relation to them. There are few cases where a spin-off captures the essence of the original work so well while offering a different tone. Generally, these stories tend to go to extremes, answering questions no one asked from the original film. This is precisely where A Quiet Place Day 1 succeeds. It functions as a completely standalone film due to the strong performances by Lupita Nyong'o and Joseph Quinn and the intimate feel of each scene. What's A Quiet Place Day 1 about? As the title suggests, this movie shows the first day of the alien invasion where they arrive in meteorites. The setting, couldn't be anywhere else, is New York City. But we see this apocalyptic scenario through the eyes of Samira, Lupita Nyong'o, a terminal cancer patient spending her last days in a hospital on the outskirts of the city. Disheartened by her situation, she spends her days listening to jazz on her old iPod and writing poems. Her only companion is an emotional support cat named Frodo. Get it? Samira, Sam, and the cat, Frodo. The same day we're introduced to Samira, she is invited by the on-duty nurse, played by Alex Wolff, to travel with other patients to New York for a play. Reluctantly, she agrees, enticed by the promise of pizza after the show. In the city, she discovers the event is a puppet show, something she finds childish. However, the puppeteer's movements are so perfect and beautiful that Samira, like us, becomes captivated by the performance. For a moment, she believes in magic again. This is one of many magical or religious moments in the film. A strong rumor about something happening forces the patients and Samira to leave the show and head back. However, on the streets, terror strikes as meteorites carrying the aliens known as Angels of Death start falling. After much confusion and disaster, Samira survives and, as if resurrected, wakes up inside the theater with the help of Jimin Hunsu's character, whom we know from the second film set in the future. After these tragic events, she decides she will have that pizza after all. Samira knows she can die at any moment due to her illness, and with everything happening, she can't get the medical help she needs, so she accepts her fate but decides to make peace with her past first. She chooses to visit places she frequented as a child, like the pizza place, to die in peace. Meanwhile, the survivors decide to walk to the New York harbor where there are boats that can take them out of the city. They will be safe since the aliens can't move in water. However, the pizza place is on the other side. Samira heads to the highest part of the city. Hours later, and after more misfortunes, she meets Eric, played by Joseph Quinn. This is another divine moment where this young Englishman finds a calling in the cat, seeing it as a sign of destiny. Eric quickly bonds with Samira and decides to help her fulfill her mission. Traumatized by the situation, he believes he has no purpose in this world. His goal was to be a lawyer, but now, hopeless and in shock, he doesn't know what to do. But when he sees Samira, he realizes he can help someone, and he takes that as his mission. Paradoxically, just as Eric helps Samira, Samira helps him. They join forces to achieve their goals, despite being very different. A Quiet Place Day 1 is a well-rounded film. It has everything you could ask for in a movie that, more than being a derivative of a successful saga, stands on its own. At the same time, it respects certain elements of the first film directed by John Krasinski. It's a short and direct film. The characters move from one place to another with some obstacles along the way, and that's it. The film also has great action, chase, and suspense scenes. It has it all, to the point that a possible continuation to know what happens to these characters doesn't feel necessary. Just like the spectacular ending of the first film with Emily Blunt loading her gun, this even more hopeful ending is brilliant. I refer once more to the religious moments of the film. If there were any doubts, it's clear when the characters, after a chase in the New York subway, find refuge in a church. Goosebumps aren't enough to describe it. There's a divine power related to hope and helping others. In a way, Frodo the cat symbolizes that, as before she dies, Samira gives her cat to Eric. In conclusion, A Quiet Place Day 1 is a great example of how a small film can be gigantic and how the context is sometimes just that. Just like in Alex Garland's very good Civil War, where the Civil War isn't the most important aspect, in this film, the aliens aren't important. It's the people. Always the people. Thanks for watching this review of A Quiet Place Day 1. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay updated on the latest in cinema, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us bring you more in-depth reviews and insights. What did you think of A Quiet Place Day 1? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to follow us for more exciting content. See you next time on Flixion.